Hey folks, how are you doing? Good to connect with you today again. My name is Dr. Debbie, your mental health clinician, and it's a pleasure, connecting with folks today. And as usual, my goal is to help folks to connect, to us, to be able to discover healthier life and to live a happier life as well. We want folks, people to achieve their life purpose and dreams and to be able to unlock your potentials to rise out of life struggles and find clarity, find confidence, peace, and be able to live, a purposeful life with filled with love and intentionality. And that is why we are here to help. Today the important topic we are going to be talking about is about addiction. Addiction is multifactorial. It has a lot of causes, and so many things lead to addiction. People get addicted to a lot of things, and to start with, like I said, causes, it could be due to exposure to substances like alcohol. People drink heavily, different kind of brand, liquor, like that is like liquor, wine, beer, and they drink heavily, just to be able to soothe or themselves or to self-medicate. And also like weed, marijuana, cannabis, crack cocaine, methyl, heroin, meth, and fentanyl, and nicotine that they get from cigarette smoking packets, which is not healthy. But we are not here to judge or to blame anyone. We know many people, get into this kind of lifestyle not by their own making, not by their own fault, but you can rewrite your story, and that's why we're here to talk about this today. Also, another causes is exposure to substances could alter, the reason why we need to move away from addiction and get help to heal is alter the brain reward system, and this thereby reducing the dopamine mechanism, which is connected to our reward, our motivation to do tasks, to plan, to do a lot of things that make us human and keep us going in life. And then because of the mechanism, they take one today is not enough, because they are able to develop tolerance to that substance, and then will be needing more substances, which eventually mess up the life and ruin the life and career and businesses of a lot of people. Also, it could be due to pre-existing, where just listing out why people go into addiction. If there are pre-existing mental health conditions like anxiety, depression, past trauma, PTSD, people self-medicate, as I've mentioned before, because the emotional pain, they are unable to bear it, and then negatively they want to cope with using substances. Also, another cause could be due to neuroplasticity, the exposure to substances, even if it is one which leads to tolerance and repeatedly, it change, the neuroplasticity of the brain. Is just like our human body is made up of muscles, and then to be able to move, like we need muscles and our bones in movement. So also the brain, the what makes up like the muscle of the brain is the neurons, the neurons that is connecting, some chemicals and messengers from one part of the brain to the other for us to be alive, for us to make decisions, for our organs to be able to function and serve us. So the chemicals of the substances, interact with the natural chemicals of the brain, and it messes it up and it alters, the neural pathway of our brain. Also, at times, causes could be due to environmental and social causes, like maybe childhood trauma. People go through a lot of things, neglect, abuse, and this is a major significant risk factor among the young folks. And it altered their stress response and reward system, and all this emotional pain, leads some people, to get exposed to substances, and they get hooked, for a long time, if not for lifetime. Another cause is because of peer pressure, sense of belonging, among the teenagers, among the young folks. They want to belong, and they are being introduced by by friends, to drugs, and they don't want to be the odd one out. They are not able to say no, and then they join. And just like we said, it can change the brain, neural pathway, alter the mechanism of how the chemicals of the brain, and at times it leads even to mental health induced, mental health issues, like induced psychosis, induced mood disorders. And then they will need, to be like, odd behavior, abnormal behavior, and could lead to even getting into the emergency room, getting into psychiatric hospital, or rehab to be stabilized. So these are most of the reasons, that the causes of addiction of any form of all these illicit drugs or substances. And also it's the effects, of family influence, dysfunctional family, two people coming together in love and all that. But along the line, things happen, life happen. Life is not a straight line. And if people are not able to resolve amicably, intimate partner violence and a lot of conflict and turbulence in that relationship could make them to decide, to go their different pathway. But if the children are already involved, it's really a huge one that, could affect, such children, witnessing that, because the brain of the children are just very sensitive and delicate, and they're just developing, and that could leave a huge impact, to the brain of a developing young folk. So dysfunctional families, separation, divorce, intimate partner violence, conflicts, and all kind of physical violence, bullying that children, are exposed to in some families, is able to change, their their brain pattern. And also poverty, because of poverty, people are not able to afford the basic needs of life. It's pushed some other people, into drug. And you can see, like, the federal government in the United States, because of the impact, of all these type of situations, that the negative impact, influence of drug among the population, among the young folks, leading to homelessness, leading to a life, that is not really rewarding. So the federal government is actually against it in the United States now, from Washington D.C., which has been a huge impact, in the country itself. You can see how the extent, of the negative impact of addiction, even coming, at large on a nation, like the federal government trying to clean up, according to the statement, the news on the social media or online on the news media, like Washington D.C., which is the federal capital of our country, like major state capitals, like in Maryland, Baltimore, like in Illinois, Chicago, and so many other large cities like that. That because those are where the people, the homelessness, when drug substances, take life out of people, the basic needs and what it takes, to really live a meaningful life, a purposeful life. So they want to, just around the big cities where they can beg or do some other things that are not really befitting. So it's something huge, that apart from the negative impact on the individual using the drugs, on the family, on the society, even at large, on the country. And that is why it is an important topic to talk about, so that we can get help we need. As I said, we are not here to judge, we are here to support, to that people don't need to because of all these life stressors, to cope negatively, or continue to cycle, around the same thing, the same problem, and they are not getting their way out. But we are here to help, so that people can discover a healthier life, a happy life, and they can navigate their life to fulfill their life purposes, their dreams, and rise out of all these life struggles to find clarity, to find confidence, peace, and lead a purposeful life with intentionality. And that is what I have brought across your way today. As I've said, you can connect, you can check my bio, or you can send messages, DM, so that we can connect and we can help. Maybe it is you, your loved ones, family members, friend, whosoever, that we are here to help. And I hope you learned something today. It's making your mental health clinician, Dr. Debbie, your mental health life coach. Until I come your way again, thank you for your attention and bye.